We're going on a trip, and my favorite ride is shooting.
I can't forget the day we met. Your eyes so blue, me piercing through. I can't forget the day we met. Your smile so bright, it made me small. Our love is like a summer's day, hot and endless in a magic way. Whenever I see you, all I can think is my summer love. Been waiting for you, my love. My summer love. Been waiting.
AKA Makiba. If you don't know who I am, you will know me soon enough. Follow me on Facebook, Latanya Makiba, Instagram, Seductive Beauty 198925, Snapchat KeyLove27. Those are my kids in the background. So welcome to my channel, you guys. So as you see in the thumbnail, it does say this video is about being a stripper and an escort at the age of 17. Well, first of all, I'm 29 now. I have 8 kids. I am engaged. I have my own business. Whereas back then, I didn't. So, started out, well, I started dancing in Fort Lauderdale. My first club ever working at was, okay, so like I was saying, I was 17 when I started dancing, and I started at Out Pure Platinum in Fort Lauderdale. No, I lie, it was Bare Elegance. And I only worked there for like 3 days. Granted, I didn't really like the club. It was dead as you understand. So I stopped working there, and I ended up in Booby Trap on Hollywood, in Hollywood. And I liked that club. I made a lot of money at that club. Boy, what can I say? The life, man, when I started out, I had just, if I'm not mistaken, look, I'm going to try and get as detailed as I can with this story. And some things are a little foggy, some are not, but I'm going to try and get as detailed as possible. So, okay, rewind. So, I was born July 27th, 1989, Tampa General Hospital, by the way. And you know, it was cool. You know, my parents, they loved me as all parents do. They tried their best way they could possible to raise me. No, they didn't tell me, hey, go strip. It just kind of happened. A lot of my friends were dancing. I had just came out of a program when I was like 16. And a lot of the girls there were talking about the money they made dancing. And, you know, a lot of them had sex before I did. I hadn't had sex yet. So I got out of that program, and fast forward, I end up in Fort Lauderdale when I leave my parents' house. And I found out I was pregnant. And I was dancing before. I started dancing before I was pregnant. So I get to this club, and I don't remember the manager's name, but I do know she was a lady. And so I'm talking to her and stuff, and she's asking me why I wanted to become a dancer. And I told her, I was like, well, a lot of the dancers that I know, they make a lot of money. So I want to be like them. I want to make a lot of money, and I don't mind dancing, and I have a great personality. And this specific club was a bikini bar, so it wasn't full nude. So I danced there. Bare Elegance, by the way. So I went there those 3 days, and again, I didn't like it. I would have preferred something with a lot of people and not a little bit of people, because I'm the type of person who gets really nervous in small crowds. Big crowds I don't really care for, because, you know, like, it's a lot of people. You're not positive that they're staring all at you, you know what I'm saying? So fast forward, I end up at Booby Trap in Hollywood, and I love this club. It's a boob bar. Well, it's topless, and I made hella cash, you know what I'm saying? Like, my prime, I'd want to say, would have to have been my first month of being the new face, you know what I'm saying? They basically loved me. I was really, really small. I didn't weigh no more than 100 pounds. I was fresh out of Tampa, and you know what I'm saying? I had that country girl accent. My stepmom, she's white, so I had picked up on her a little bit. So I wasn't ghetto fabulous. I wasn't, you know what I'm saying, wasn't raised in the hood. So I get here and they love me. I get to Fort Lauderdale and they freaking love me. When I say they love me like I made my first night $5,000. Lots and lots of ones, lots of 20s and lots of 50s. I got maybe a few hundreds, but a few guys came in just like, Booby Trap was lit. Like, I love Booby Trap. Like, that was the best club I ever freaking worked at. Like, I had so much fun. I stayed there for like a year, and then I ended up at Tootsie's in Miami Gardens on 183rd. Now, this bar is full freaking nude, and people still drink, still get drunk, blase, squaze, drugs, this and that. Now, mind you, I'm 17. I go there with this fake ID, and they let me in. That's how I got in Booby Trap, by the way, with the little fake ID. So I have been using this ID, and I'm like I'm like 5 months in now, and director's cut edit. I'm like 5 months in now, and I need to make more money. So I finally, something happened. Somebody told me that I could possibly be pregnant, and come to find out, I was pregnant, and I had to stop working. Went back home, you know, had my baby, went back the next year, go back to Tootsie's, get that bank, and that was just about it. So I want to say like the first 6 months in Tootsie's after having my baby and coming back, I banked a good 10 grand a week. I was making good money. I loved it. I mean, what does an 18-year-old at this time now do with 10 grand a week? I splurged. I bought all kind of shit. And then I was introduced to another lifestyle. I ended up with one of my girlfriends, and we ended up moving to Miami so we could be near the club. At this time, I met this guy. He was so freaking fine too. And I didn't know anything about pimps and hoes or none of that. All I knew was stripping, dancing makes money, and that's what I wanted to do, and I did that. So fast forward a little bit more, I meet this guy, and I instantly hit it off with him, and about a week later, he decides to tell me about these females that he has working for him. Didn't know anything about people selling their bodies or, you know what I'm saying, anything of that nature. But he introduced me to this new lifestyle I knew nothing about. But what I do know is these girls were making a lot of freaking money, like more than I was making dancing. They were making what I was making in like a 2-day period. Like literally 2 days, you got 10 grand. I'm trying to be like you. What is it that you're doing? So he tells me what they were doing, and I'm like, well, that's all. Shit, excuse my language. Shit, I've had sex before. Clearly I've had a baby, you know. At that age, that's what I'm thinking. And he's like, well, you can make this amount of money if you do this. I can post ads for you. I can get you the modeling gear that you want, that you need, because he knew that I wanted to be a model. That was my thing. I've always wanted to be a model. I've been wanting to be a model since I was like, I want to say 13 or 14 is when I finally even got an interest in modeling. So he knew that, and he used that to get in my head. Fast forward, I started making real money, like a lot of money, like money I didn't know what to do with anymore. It was crazy because at 18 and you got all this money, but you're being dumb and you got a kid. So I was wanting to party. I found out about cocaine. I did that. A lot of other drugs I've tried. I've never tried meth or nothing of that nature. I've only tried coke, weed, alcohol, and I've tried speed and ecstasy. But other than that, that's it. No more. I did test out crack once. You know, like, it didn't do anything for me. Maybe because I was a crack baby. So, I don't know. That's another story. That's another story.
Who told you was a crack baby?
Just chill. You messing up my video. Hey, guys. All right, back to my story. So, I was dancing from 17 to 27, 28, roughly. After I met that guy down in Miami Gardens, I took off with him and traveled. We ended up traveling a lot of different places, met a lot of different girls. So yeah, he was a pimp, and I never had to do what the other girls had to worry about, like getting beat up and stuff like that. That never happened to me, so I can't elaborate on what they were going through. But for the most part, I think as time went by, as it progressed, me dancing, it just took a piece of my soul. Like, the stuff I was willing to do just to make money, just so I didn't have to be broke. I didn't even invest shit, nothing. Got nothing but a few thousands here, a few hundreds there, a car here, a car there. You know what I'm saying? Instead of taking that money and investing in something better with myself. I'm sorry for the mix in the video, because for the past couple of days I've been trying to get a place to move. Well, not trying, I'm preparing to move. And then on top of that was a little small stuff going on in the midst of making this video. But I wanted women everywhere to be aware, whether you got kids or not, like, talk to your females. Because going through what I went through, dancing, having kids at a young age, and doing the small drugs that I was doing, it did make me a better person now. But going through it then, it made me feel beneath the earth. Now, people be saying, oh, prostitution is bad, blah, 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 this, and that. Let me tell you something. At the end of the day, Use what you got to get what you want. Stop letting these niggas treat y'all like anything. I mean, I'm not saying selling yourself is good, because it's not. But if you're gonna let a man be all up on you like that, have him doing something for you. Not just nothing. But I have more stories to come that will probably be a lot better than this one. But I just wanted to make people aware of the things that young girls go through on a regular basis. You know what I'm saying? When not properly raised the way they're supposed to be raised, or not properly being talked to about how they're feeling or what's going on in their head. You know what I'm saying? You can't put your adult situations on your kids. You know what I'm saying? Because me, I took it for what it was. My parents was always hollering about what they didn't have. I went out making the money. And then I didn't even use it for what I started for. So I appreciate you guys for sitting around and taking the time to watch out this video. And I'll be posting more videos, better videos. Like, share, subscribe. Until then, folks, see you later.